Well, ahead on the Weekend Morning Report, a 10-year-old girl who was allegedly beaten to death is being laid to rest today. More on Marissa Kennedy's funeral and investigation. Plus, a Westbrook High School student appears before a judge. What he's accused of next on the Weekend Morning Report. And at 6 a.m., everyone, good Saturday morning. I'm Clay Gordon. Katie Boboso has the weekend off. Let's check in now with meteorologist Corey Frumkin. Corey, you're tracking a little bit of snow this morning in some areas.
Yeah, good morning, Clay. Good morning, everybody. We are looking at some light snow pivoting back into parts of the state here this morning. Here's a live look at satellite and radar. And as you can see, those light snow showers continue for parts of northern Maine and also extending now into parts of the central areas of the state and also extending into down east Maine right now. So still looking at some light snow bands, maybe a few moderate burst here at times, pushing through parts of Presque Isle, through parts of the county right now. Those will continue to head off towards the south and the west, and even through the Bangor area, we are looking at some light snow right now. Watch out for maybe a few slick spots on some of the roads if you're going to be out traveling here throughout the day today. And off towards the south, we're looking at those snow showers continuing to push off towards the south into the southwest this morning. Even a few snow showers into parts of the mountains as you press into parts of New Hampshire right now. So over the next several hours through the rest of the day today and then into the start of the day tomorrow, I'm expecting accumulations to stay fairly light, coating maybe up to an inch here for those very light shades of blue. We're talking about the central and southern portions of the state. The highest accumulations, an additional 2 to 4 inches of snow wherever you're looking at those darker shades of blue for areas up to the north and then obviously too into the mountains. We still do have that winter weather advisory in effect here for areas shaded in purple for parts of the county. This will last here for about the next hour into the 7 o'clock time frame here. So skiing this weekend is going to be fantastic. A lot of trails open. Sunday River, Sugarloaf, Shawnee Peak, Attitash. Anywhere you go this weekend should be great skiing conditions. So get outside and enjoy it. Coming up, there's probably some more snow in that forecast, Clay, on the way. I'll tell you when and what you can expect possibly here heading into the week coming up.
Great for skiers, for
Yep.
people waiting for spring.
Yeah.
Not so much. All right, Corey, thanks. We'll check in
Yep.
with you shortly. Continuing our coverage of breaking news from earlier this morning, police and fire responding to an incident in the 2200 block of Congress Street. Happened right before 4. The road is shut down on both sides of the Irving gas station. Police are turning traffic around in the area. Here's a look at the scene. We do not know many details right now, but we will continue to follow it for you throughout the morning on air and online. Family and friends are paying their final respects to Marissa Kennedy this weekend in New York. Her uncle and grandparents say that she lit up the room and her death never should have happened. Police said the 10-year-old was beaten and killed by her mother and stepfather after they moved to Stockton Springs last summer. Beautiful flower arrangements and picture boards were on display throughout the room. Marissa's funeral will be held this morning at St. Mary's Church in Newburgh. Back here in Maine, the legislature demanding answers about child abuse. Yesterday, the legislature's Government Oversight Committee voted to start an investigation and complete it quickly. News Center Maine's Don Kerrigan has more on the story.
People are outraged that, given all the warning signs, that this little girl, Marissa Kennedy, ended up dead.
Legislators have heard from people back home, all shocked and angered by the deaths of 2 children in 3 months, Marissa Kennedy and Kendall Chick.
How could this happen, they ask. What can we do so this does not happen again?
And while the law does allow DHHS to release some details of the cases, Commissioner Ricker Hamilton has not done it. Even the governor has raised doubts.
Everybody dropped the ball.
Lawmakers say they want to know who dropped the ball and why, and if DHHS should have done more to protect the 2 girls. But they also want to know if the schools and the police did enough.
What triggers DOE to contact Health and Human Services or the police with long absences? And then that, from law enforcement, you know, how many visits does it take to a suspected abuser before we do something?
Senator Bill Diamond said abuse and domestic violence have been steadily growing.
And what scares the hell out of me is kids being tortured right this minute as we sit here, and the only reason we don't know it is because they're not dead yet.
All in favor, please raise your hand. 1, 2, 3.
The vote to investigate was unanimous. The Opega agency staff was told to work quickly. Lawmakers want their answers in 2 months. And Attorney General Janet Mills, who listened to the meeting, said her staff will help get the answers.
And OPEGA has its own special authority to access records that are otherwise confidential. And we can help them access those records and advise both the agencies and advise OPEGA about what may ultimately become public or not become public.
Hoping it will help people understand what went wrong, why, and how to fix it. Don Carrigan, News Center, Maine.
The investigation is expected to be complete by early May. That's when the committee will take a longer look at ways to improve the child abuse prevention system. Meanwhile, OPEGA isn't the only group investigating DHHS involvement with Marissa Kennedy prior to her death. The Ombudsman Office is investigating, and DHHS is conducting its own internal investigation. The Maine Child Death and Serious Injury Review Panel meets every month. The panel has about 20 members, and they are all volunteers. The panel publishes a report every 2 years with recommendations and improvements. Several legislators, including members of the governor's administration, have called for the panel to investigate Marissa's death. It's not likely that will happen, the chair says, until after the homicide case against Marissa's mother and stepfather makes its way through the court system.
You know, we always have to balance what's in the public's best interest. Certainly it would be helpful for the public to understand some of the intricacies here so that they could help participate in being part of that child welfare system, helping keep kids safe moving forward. Keeping kids safe is not just the job of the Office of Child and Family Services. It's the job of everyone.
Moran says the only way the panel investigates Marissa's case any sooner is if the Attorney General makes a special exception. We're learning a Westbrook High School student stood before a judge yesterday morning accused of gross sexual assault. Westbrook Police Captain Stephen Goldberg confirming that Dang Janey is being held at the Cumberland County Jail on $5,000 bail. A school district in Maine lengthens the school day by an hour to make up for time lost because of snow days. David Murphy, superintendent of Bethel Area School District, says his district's 9th school day of the year was this week. His district includes 4 schools, and to combat the large amount of snow days, Murphy's district will be extending school days by an hour for the next 25 days. Murphy says the district will recoup 5 snow days by doing this, and students won't have to still be in school by late June. Coming up, meteorologist Corey Frumkin is back. He's going to tell us how today is shaping up and the rest of the weekend.